one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Goes for the throw. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Takes a trip. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Checks him with a projectile. Surprises him with a drive rush. That drive impact doesn't get through. Charges forward. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Gets him. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Akuma going in. The next round hits him with a stop and drop. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Experiencing burnout with breather. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Big opportunity now in this corner. Side switch in the corner. Knockdown and... Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Both fighters... The low block! Are we gonna see a comeback here? Opts for the critical art! Gets the critical. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they're gonna think of a follow-up. The next touch may decide this round. Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? That amazing, never-say-die attitude got them the win. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Meets them air to air. The drive impact instant springs forward with a drive rush. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Player 1 has connects with the throw. Close range projectile. Clutch, flash anti-air. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Player 2 is on the brink of disaster. What are they gonna do? Player 2, nothing stops this train. There's a drive impact. That corner is a back throw for damage and vital positioning. Player 1, are you kidding me? Get that bank account ready because that fight was easy money. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. And whiff, they're wide open. Jumps in. Overdrive Hadouken. Player 1 has the life advantage. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop it. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Nice tech. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their play style a bit. Going in? Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. Rushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. A drive impact could end it all here. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. What'll happen? G2 Hadouken! The super doesn't hit! Big super art hit! It's on! Are they going to be able to come back and stack victory? Oh my god, they just choked the roses with the throw! Hitting them with the smart stuff! Here's the final round! The real fight starts now! Ooh, it looks like the fuse is their drive game! Ooh! Brushes that off and keeps going! They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Player 1 will need to do a better job of utilizing their drive gauge if they want a different result than last round. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Dangerous reads the jump in perfectly. Close range projectile. Player 2 can't use drives anymore. Back to the corner. Are we gonna play Impact Peekaboo? This is gonna hurt. Are you kidding me? Player one was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Here comes a new challenger.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Let us begin. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. The drive impact netted them a sweet punishment. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Taking stock. Where's their opening? Back this combo hits and we got trouble coming. Shinku Hadouken! The super doesn't hit! And that attack ends. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Medium kick hit. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Overdrive Hadouken! Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? There's space to make something happen here, and neither fighter looks willing to back down. Player one in dire straits with burnout. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Drive usage is back on the table. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? The punish counter gives them a great opening in there. Player one took no time to finish that fight. Give me that drama. Give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Plenty of life left in both fighters, but a big difference in drive. How can they use this to their advantage? What's the play here? Player one in that dangerous burnout state. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Checks him with the projectile. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Next hit will end the round. Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Blocks the low heavy. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Both sides reluctant to get in each other's faces, but who will seize control this round? Player 1 has the life advantage. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1, oh, burnout triggered! Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireman. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Going in? Oh, could be the start of something. High Tiger shot to strike him. A quick breather. Bumps up. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Looking for a chance. Knockdown and... Player 1 can't. It's a good spot to use the super. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to zone. Connects with medium kick. Gets the knockdown, and now, no good up high. Player 1 with the life lead. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Long low attack hits. And low heavy hits. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Turns the drive gauge. Sticks the combo. Throws them to negate the block. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Sees it coming and blocks a drive rush to keep it going. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Will that super be the turning point? Player 1 will need Shinku Hadouken. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Sneaks in above. Drive gauge gap. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Knockdown and... Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Drive rush to keep it going. Betting it all on the drive rush. Blocking that drop KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. The impact gets blocked. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Player 2 with the life lead. Both fighters are looking at near empty drive gauges. Takes a trip. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Does a good job of pushing back. Goes for the drive rush there. The pressure is gets him. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes to the overdrive. Hits them with a stop and pop. Were they baiting them into that? Back this combo hits. We got Psycho Power goes boom. They're going for the super art with breather. Now, can they finish the job? Charges forward. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. This is a complete ends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Fires off an overdrive. Parries the projectile. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gunshot. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Taking stock. That's one huge life lead. Is this going? Oh! They can open up this round big by converting this punishment. Takes a trip. In a dire situation. The KO! Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Holds out with the block. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Psycho Power goes boom! Both fighters planning something? Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge is looking bad. What'll they do now? Looking for a chance. Close range, can this drive bring them back? Looks like they both relied a lot on their burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Looking for a hole, absolutely relentless. Can they close this round? There's a burnout. Player 2 can't use any good drive impact, but all bangs it on the fireball. That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Going in with double reverse. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player 1 is going to have a hard time tagging on a super art here to turn up the heat. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Anything could happen here. Bends the gauge on the drive rush. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Knockdown. Drive feed opens up. That drive impact doesn't get drive rush to keep it going. Shinku Hadouken. Knockdown and player 1 might have just shifted this round into high gear. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Decides to buff up while they can. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Oh! It baits out the attack and gets the punish count. Knockdown. Brushes off the impact. Gotta be careful not to whip at full. Burnout triggered. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. He's got the meter for a drive impact. Optimus goes for the head break. Player 2, that's not gonna hit. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Doing some quick planning? Drive rush to keep it going. Checks with a medium kick. So, what's next? Drive gauge gap here. From upstairs. Shinku Hadouken. Going in. Zones with the fireball. Will we see a drive hit going on the offensive? Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? What are they gonna do? Lots of hits. Can this drive bring them back? Excellent block. Player one can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. 20 seconds left. The low block. Flatline though. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Shadow Rod picks up. Who will come out on top in this final round? Blocks the impact. Player one will look to apply pressure. How did they read that throw? Burnout activates. Player one is in burnout. Forward rush. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. What now? Player two can build low heavy, but no go. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. They push their way out of the corner. It's the drive. Not much movement, but the pumps the brakes on the impact. Toshigeki to the face. There's a burnout. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Slices the gastrointestinal tract. Ryu putting that MD and whooping ass to work.
Get up!
Oh, now that is a punish. Grab them. Quick medium poke. They are done. Player one really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Opts for the throw. That was a solid anti-air. Oh! Player 2 is just about out of drive out. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Hold your breath. Player 1 chases them down. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Projectile to try and change the situation. Takes a trip. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Very precarious situation. Goes for the low risk air to air. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jesus with power wave! Hits them with a stop and pop. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Looking to impress with this super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Counting on the Super Shinku Hadouken! Gets carried to the corner! What'll happen here? Will we see it? This is gonna be bad news! Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Hold your breath. Combo with the target combo. Throws him. What's next? Taking stock. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Next hit will end the round. Gets Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Turns the drive gauge. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Oh! The super armor does its job. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Jumps in. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Smart play with the throw. Shinku Hadouken. They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge. Powered up Sunflame. Back to the corner. Are we gonna play Impact Peekaboo? Oh, and hit them down with the super. Now that's how you take a round. Did not miss that chance and take the round. Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Will that drive impact get punished? The combo's there. Player 2 pushes the opponent. Hold your breath. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective hits him for the stun. This capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The super... Oh! There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Dashes up. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. How will they utilize this? Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Player 2, ooh! And that's the last. This is gonna be bad news. Solar Crest! Burnout activated. The super hits and this looks like it's gonna kill. Flawless round. They got him so quick. Player 2 played with a lot of heart to pull off a tremendous win. Definitely one. Get ready. Come on. It's time to train.
Here comes a new challenger.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Let us begin.
Give me your best shot!
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Stands firm and blocks the drive-in. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Still slugging it out here. Starts off zoning with fireballs. They're not afraid to let the overdrive arc fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. The KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Blocks it. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Alex puts the super armor to good use. That combo did decent damage. A quick breather. Breaks the block with a throw. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong, rushes that off and keeps going. Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Pops off the tank and scores the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
In with the phalanx. Who uses their drive gauge? Dashes up. Hold on, they broke through the super armor. Must have seen it coming. Player 2. No! Send off the wall! Player 1 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with the level 3 super!
Now you know history.
Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Got their eye on the air. Checks them with the projectile. That drive impact doesn't get through. Jump in finds the mark. Player 1 is just about out of drive out there. What are they thinking here? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Time's the only thing moving here. The jump in is denied. Goes for the super arm? Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Throw misses. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Dashes forward. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Experiencing burnout. That was a huge KO. Last round, people. Both fighters got to go all in from this one. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Medium kick hits. Fires off the Shiku Hadouken. Player 1 was gasping for drive gauge that round. What can they do? They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Comes for them with a phalanx. Goes to the air. Ugh, scuff him. Blocks the low kick. And whip! They're wide open! Amazing! All the throws connects! They gotta go! Close range projectile! Vents it on the fireball! That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight! They're still hungry! Both sides stepping up for the rematch! Medium kick hit! That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Still slugging it out here. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Starts off zoning with fireball. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Goes for a drive. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Player 1 is in burnout. drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Life lead opens up. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Jumps in. KO! Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Drive boosted Hadouken! They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Last round we saw some very solid zoning play. Can they keep that up and close out this game? Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Player one chases them down. Balance from above! Throws them. What's next? Player one has a slight life lead. Throws a fireball. Parries the projectile. Player one will need to play it conservative. Burnout activates. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. That combo did decent damage. A quick breather. Side switch in the corner. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Keeping them away. This is gonna hurt. That corner is starting to look scary. Will they gamble? Oh, putting the cherry on top. Wait, what? Are they actually dead?
Now you know history.
Couldn't finish them off. And flatlined them. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Ooh, and look, uses their drive gauge. Burnout activates. We're just getting started here. Cool, take control. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Side switch. Getting up to solid anti-air. Compete with the phalanx. Both sides getting ready. Come for them with a bounce. Low heavy, but no go. Player one adds a bit of OD spice. This is something. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Oh, burnout! Did they need to do that? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a...
Get ready! Come on. It's time to train. Too slow! Let's play!
Now, find a new rival.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Let us be round one. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Throws air to air to deny them a chance. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Drive lead opens up. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Taking stock. The pressure is so intense here. Grabs him. Player two has completely used all of the... burnout activates. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Huddle. Last round saw some incredibly calm nerves despite the odds stacked against them. This will be a big win if they can keep it up. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here, knockdown and experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Jumps? There's a change of sides. Good job, it's knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Excellent block! That corner is starting to lift. Pump the brakes on the impact. Close range projectile. Can this drive bring them back? Time to go for burnout, but they may have a plan. What a finish!
That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The combo's there. Player 2 has the life advantage. What are they thinking here? Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Still in a bind, but escapes the throw. Big counter. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Knockdown. Where's their open? In there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The grab misses. Checks them with the projectile. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Doesn't miss a beat. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Blocks the cross-up. Good read. Player 2 is not going to spend the little game for the Misatsu Gohado. Let's up the KO. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jump! Gotta do better than that. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Both fighters are raring to go. Uses their drive gauge. Oh, burnout triggered. Excellent block. Zanku Hadouken. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. This is gonna hurt. Both sides get this and leads to some big damage. Throws them. How long will this offensive assault continue? Okay, here we go. What will they do next? Winner tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Hadouken! Somehow manages to... Gotta do better than that. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. The drive impact doesn't work. Dangerous range here. Anti-air in the clutch. It is over. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The first round begins. No time to take. Adds a bit of OD spice. Uses the target combo as a filler. Look at the damage they could pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. The low is denied. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Knockdown. Reads them. The big play does it. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 2 chases them down. Yo, put that away. A quick breather. Overdrive hits him with a stopping bomb. Player burnout. expect the tempo of the match to change. Jumps in. Time to reassess the situation. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is gonna hurt. Blocks the low kick. Burnout difuses their drive game. Were they baiting them into that? Life lead is there, but still, anyone, what are you jumping in for? Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Looks to add more pressure by parrying the brushes that off and keeps going. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player one can't use drive anymore. Both sides getting... There's a burnout. Player one is looking at a grim situation with burnout. This can lead to some big damage. Like giving them the warmest buzzes with a period and over in a flash. That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight.
Get ready! Come on. It's time to train. Terrible.